Are you guys as disappointed in the version 3.4 Livestream as I am? Probably not. You probably think it's great because they're adding a lot of cool things to the update, and overall, I think the update's great too, but there are a lot of things with this update that really disappoint me and rub me the wrong way. But before we talk about that, because I'll touch more on that at the end of the video when I go on my rant past the 6-minute mark, we're going to go over everything that's involved with this update so you get a full understanding. And honestly, like I said, a lot of things with this update are good, but there are a lot of things that disappoint me as well. Let's go ahead and start off with the first thing that was mentioned in this patch, the new story they're adding. Now, we're going to be getting a Fate / Honkai Star Rail story added to the game, which hell yeah, we got that added to the game. But one really huge thing that they've added, it's actually a quality of life feature, a skip button. So now maybe I'll actually go through and play the story. We love a skip button. Now we don't have useless dialogue to actually sit there and try to absorb with our feeble minds. I know I don't like reading, and I'm sure you don't either. That's why you're watching a video right now. So I love the fact that they're adding a skip button. Now the story here doesn't look half bad, but realistically, none of the stories that I've watched in live streams look half bad until you actually play them and realize that they're just bloated, and then you get to a cool cutscene, and then that's cool, and then everything else is bloat. So skip button, much appreciated there. Next up, guys, the characters. Yes, guys, there are a lot to talk about in terms of characters, from banners to the new characters we're getting added to the game to buffs we're getting to old characters. So starting off with the new characters we're getting added to the game first, that being Saber, Phainon, and Archer. Archer being a free-to-play 5-star hunt character. He is going to be absolutely amazing for your account and a must build because this guy is going to be popping off with amazing single target damage. And to shortly go over how he works, guys, and how the other characters work as well, he is going to be basically taking 2 skill points every single time you do an attack and then rapid firing at the enemy, getting stronger and stronger with each attack he does. And his turn will not end until whether you choose his turn to end or he runs out of skill points. Like I said though, he does consume 2 SP every single time this rolls around, but judging from the live stream here, guys, he's actually giving you a max SP increase, meaning your SP is going from 5 to 7 here, which is going to be great. Then if you pair this up with someone like a Sparkle, right, you're going to be adding extra on top of that, so that's really good there. And then on top of this, guys, he gives himself a decent amount of buffs. He can get some SP back with follow-up attacks and stuff like that, so I can definitely see him having a good amount of teammates that he can work pretty well with. Next up, guys, is going to be our king of DPS, the boss of Honkai Star Rail, Mr. Phainon, or Kevin Castellana, as I like to call him. Now, guys, when I say he's the final boss, I mean he's the final boss. Whenever you enter his transcended state or his transform state, after using his ultimate move, he becomes a boss. He removes every single ally from the field. They vanish. He is now the only person on the field with an out-the-ass amount of extra actions, meaning buffs just keep carrying over and over and over, so this makes characters like Yukong actually usable and viable. He's also going to be having 2 skills with this, a defensive skill and an attacking skill. He's also getting a massive HP increase as well in this form. He just does a lot in this form. And then finally, we're getting Saber added to the game, our girly queen herself, and she'll be getting these damage bonus stacks based off of the amount of attacks she uses and also off of your teammates as well when they use ults and stuff like that. So she is more of a meticulous player, while I think Phainon's more ooga booga brain. You definitely have to be more meticulous when you're playing her, but these are the characters we're getting added to the game. We'll be having full guides for these characters later in the future, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see something like that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the banners, because my god, we have 9 of them. So let's start off with our part 1 limited banners first, guys. That's going to be Phainon, Tribby, Sparkle, and Sunday. And then on part 2 is going to be Firefly, Jingliu, and Blade. Some of our buff characters we're getting added to the game. We're also getting like 9 light cones added to the game. Now keep in mind, these are all from the Battle Pass. Most of them, one from a gacha, and most of the others from Battle Pass. So, hey, increase or upgraded Battle Pass light cones. Those are pretty good too if you've been coping with the older ones for longer. So, non-free-to-play players, good for you, I guess. Light spenders, yeah. And now I know you probably think, oh, you didn't mention the Saber and Archer banners. Yes, the reason I want to mention this is because they're on a separate banner, or a separate banner system altogether, that is kind of secluded in their own little universe where pity doesn't carry over to these banners. It's only strictly on their banners. These banners will be staying up a lot longer, so these banners will still be up by the time 3.1 rolls around and further beyond. They didn't really put an end date on when these banners will go away, but just know they'll be up for a while. And on top of this as well, they're running a promotion where if you do 200 pulls, you'll be getting Archer's signature 5-star light cone for completely free, but that is going to be kind of copium to get. We're going to touch more on that at the end of the video because, my god, is this patch really bad for free-to-play players. And then, guys, we're getting buffs added to the game for 4 older characters that you might have in your account already, that being Jingliu, Blade, Kafka, and Silverwolf. Quickly going over what those buffs are going to be. For Silverwolf, first, she's going to have an AoE ultimate. Her skill is going to also prioritize the weakness for the first person on the team. And then finally, she's going to be regenerating her own energy, hopping into what Blade's going to be doing. Now he'll be scaling off of fully maxed HP now, which should increase his damage damage by quite a lot. Whenever you trigger a follow-up attack with him, he'll be getting extra energy, and he'll be increasing the aggro upon himself, meaning he's more likely to be attacked. Kafka, fucking huge. Oh my god, Dot so back. Anyways, guys, her skill will be proccing a Dot off on every single enemy on the field, and then her follow-up attacks will basically act as her skill now, and you can have an extra stack of it if you use an ult in between turns, meaning she can have 2 follow-up attacks per turn, and it's not limited to basic attacks anymore, meaning whenever you hit an enemy, she does a follow-up and reprocs Dot there as well, and then she has a massive attack increase as well, which honestly could give Robin an absolutely massive buff on a Kafka team if you run her on effect hit rate versus attack, but we'll talk more about that in a future video. And then finally, Jingle, you guys, she will now also be scaling on max HP. Also, she'll be increasing her own crit damage and gaining her Syzygy stacks back based off the amount of HP you're taking from your allies. And then finally, guys, after entering her Honkai state, she'll be getting a 1 Syzygy for absolutely free. Also, her amount of Syzygy stacks has been increased from 3 to 4, and when at max stacks, she'll be ignoring 25% of the enemy's defense, which is absolutely massive. And obviously, they're going to be changing some other things as well with all of these characters like Eidolons and stuff like that. So if you have further investment within these characters, this is going to be a lot better for them, and those things are also getting changed. But that's all that I have to mention in terms of the characters. We're getting so much added to this patch, and I absolutely love everything they've done with buffing these characters up, especially Silverwolf and Kafka, my baby girls. Hell yeah! But now let's hop into what events we're actually going to be getting. First of all, starting off with the Origami Bird event. This is basically just Candy Crush on HSR steroids, and you can PvP with your friends online and stuff like that. Hey, we've had this event before. It's really just a rerun, but the event you're really here for, guys, is actually going to be the Fate Stay Night event. This is a 1v1 event, kind of like the tournament we had for the Phainon patch, where we had to go through that tournament and fight all those enemies and stuff like that. We did a very similar event to that, but this actually goes more in depth, having like these equipment items, grails you can equip and stuff like that. This looks like a really fun event. Honestly, I can't wait to play this event. This has been the first event I've been excited for in Honkai Star Rail in a very long time. Now, those are really the only 2 events we're added to the game. Outside of that, though, guys, we're getting 10 pulls for absolutely free. We'll be getting our standard double trace and relic rewards, and then 2 new planner sets being added to the game. And that's really it in terms of the content we're getting for version 3.4. Now to talk about why I'm disappointed with version 3.4. This shows the absolute greed of Hoyoverse. If they haven't shown it already, right? We complained about this a long time ago on the first 3.0 patch, right? When it first released, when they had all these banners out with the top tier meta units, and they were really exploiting the hell out of us. And then you're like, well, they're going to do this every patch. They didn't do that every patch, and now look at them again. They released all these characters you know you're going to want, like Saber, like Phainon, which are going to be top tier and very popular DPS. Then you go, we're actually going to run the best supports on the game on side 1, mind you. We're going to run everyone on side 1 at the beginning of the patch, so that means you don't even have the full patch. They pulled a Genshin impact on us with the fucking amount of pulls we're getting with this shit. They're like, you know what? We're not actually going to let you get to the whole patch to make sure you get all your pulls, but before you can pull on the best characters in the game, we're actually going to stick you with the rerun characters that got buffs, and you're going to have a fun time there. So, out the gate, very disappointed in that. They pulled a Genshin impact, and I'm very fucking heated about that. I think this is dog shit, and I honestly think it's detestable that they're doing this. On top of all this as well, guys, they're not adding any real extra pulls to the game. No, we have a Fate collab, which you would think gives extra pulls, because looking at the total pull count right here that I pulled up, now this site might be a little bit off here and there, but overall, guys, genuinely, we are only getting 90 pulls for completely free to play. That is 1 guaranteed character, not even winning a 50-50. So if you don't win the 50-50, if it's included on the Fate characters banners, even let's say they don't give you just 90 pulls, right? Let's say they give you 138 pulls. That's still only about halfway to getting your free like on there. So that means you're gonna have to spend money on the game if you haven't saved before. And before you go to the comment section and say, well, you should have fucking saved. New people are coming to this patch to play this Fate collab. Why not give them enough pulls to work for to get the free light cone, the free archer light cone? Why not do that? I understand you want to make money, but this is greedy as fuck. You already have all of these fucking banners up at one time that are going to want to make people spend. Why not just give someone an extra free fucking light cone? Like, you already have it there, 200 pulls. It's fucking stupid. I like that they have this in the game, that you can get this free light cone. Reduce the pull amount. 200 pulls is fucking crazy for this light cone. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Now, you can get this across every single summon that you do, but overall, it sucks ass. And that even leads into the banner systems themselves. If you pull in the Fate collab, you better make sure you have enough Stellar Jades to actually guarantee a character, because if you don't, that pity is just wasted into the fucking void unless you plan on pulling for more dupes of Fate characters and stuff like that. Because your pity's not carrying over, so you want to make sure you guarantee, because say you don't guarantee, right? We don't know when other collabs are going to come back around to the game that would maybe even interplay with what we currently have with this collab. So if and when these banners leave, you have wasted all this pity on these characters that you're never going to get back now because you've pulled for these characters and it doesn't transfer pity over. Also, in terms of the event, yes, I think the Fate Stay Night event's great, but how long is that going to last for? A couple days? Like the Origami Bird, you could have added more in terms of event into the game. I just think it's going to get so stale so fast. I think what they did with the Fate collab is good. Overall, I do think the patch is good. I'm just very disappointed in these very predatory practices that they're using for this. I just think it's ass. I think a lot of things are good, like the skip button, think is great. Think it'll keep players, think it'll retain players. I think it is an amazing quality of life feature. The buffs to older characters, I think that's amazing as well. Do I think it'll make them top tier DPS? No, I don't think it'll make them top tier DPS, but do I think it'll make them good again? I think for the most part, probably most of these characters will become good. And if you want to see a video of me talking about what characters you maybe should pull for in terms of rerun characters, then make sure you subscribe to the channel to see that. But overall, guys, I just feel like they fumbled the bag so much. Free-to-play players are so cooked. I know I sound like a fucking idiot right now. I sound like I'm just yapping my ass off, okay? But to me, it's fucking ass. Like, it's just fucking ass to me. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I know you guys are gonna fucking cope and tell me it's not. To defend a billion-dollar company with for whatever fucking reason, I don't know. It's fucking dumb. Quit defending a company, guys. These practices are super predatory. This patch is going to sell like a motherfucker, and they're going to continue to do it every single time. They're going to keep their dicks in your mouth, and you're going to keep sucking, just like the Genshitters. Honestly, this community is becoming just like the Genshin community. Some of you guys aren't, but a lot of them are. Jesus Christ. Anyways, guys, predatory practices. Overall, though, decently good patch. Wish there would have been more in terms of events. Great that we're getting quality of life. A skip button added. Fucking amazing. Where's gear sets at? And then also, I like the fact that we're getting buffed to older characters. Maybe we can buff older light cones and older standard characters as well. Who fucking who? I don't know. If you caught that reference, then you're probably built as big as her. So, bye guys. See you later.